So, another year, another Call of Duty game for me to do an offline review on. So, if you haven't watched my previous offline reviews on the Call of Duty games, I would actually recommend watching both the Modern Warfare 2 and the Modern Warfare 3 videos, mostly because they are still quite relevant to what I'm about to talk about here. But to sum things up, I did not give the previous few Call of Duty games a particularly nice review, to say things lightly. Now, I guess the question that everyone has this year is, have they changed anything? And the answer is, yeah, they have changed things. Notice how I didn't say for the better. So, I guess we should get things started by talking about the physical version of the game. Now, this year I bought the game on PS5 mostly because I wanted to give it the fairest shot it possibly could have. The PS5 has the highest capacity discs out of any console this generation, so if there was any chance that this was going to have anything on the disc this time, it was going to be on PS5. So, did they do anything differently this time around? Did they actually put anything on the disc this time around? Nope. It's still just the 1.0 version of Modern Warfare 2 on the disc again, and with only about 100 megabytes of data, and the only thing that happens when you try to boot up the game is it just gives you a black screen that tells you to update. And that's it. That's the only thing that's on the disc. There really isn't any actual game data on the disc. It's basically just a license that gives you access to download the game, and that's about it. Whoop, future me here. So I noticed something kind of funny when making this video. So I noticed on the official support page for Modern Warfare 3 on Activision's website, they actually gave a reason for why they put the Modern Warfare 2 1.0 version on the disc. And according to them, it's due to production lead times during ongoing Call of Duty HQ development. Unless they are making these discs a year in advance, or actually in the case of Black Ops 6, 2 years in advance, that's complete BS. They have had many builds over the course of the last 2 years that they could have put on the disc instead, so that is complete BS. You can't even make the argument that putting a newer build would make things more confusing, because it's already super confusing with the disc showing up as Modern Warfare 2 when you put it in, so that's not even a very good excuse. Anyways, back to the rest of the video. Once you download the update, it will change to Black Ops 6, and I will give Activision some credit this time around. You don't have to download a bajillion extra packs to play the game this time. The multiplayer and the zombies were accessible right away after downloading the update, but the campaign is still a separate pack that you have to download. But at the very least, they did make things a little bit easier this year. So, how about the offline mode? Is the offline mode any better than it was in the previous two games? For those who don't know, I was not particularly fond of the offline mode in the previous two games. The campaigns usually worked offline, but the multiplayer was really horrible, and for the third mode, those usually weren't playable offline at all. So, did they improve things this time? Nope. In fact, they actually made things even worse. There is no offline mode in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Literally no offline mode whatsoever. You cannot play any mode in Black Ops 6 offline. You cannot play the campaign offline. You cannot play the multiplayer offline, even if you're playing with bots or in split screen, because the only way to do that is through the online private match. And yeah, you can't play zombies offline. There is literally no offline mode in Black Ops 6. With the current version of the Call of Duty HQ app, when you try booting into it offline, it just basically shows you a list of the games that you have installed. And even if you have Black Ops 6 installed, it literally will not show up on the list. I even tried reinstalling the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 just to see if that still worked, and yeah, it still works. It shows up on the list just fine. I can actually play the campaign offline. In fact, actually, they even fixed the issue where it didn't work on a local account, so that's nice. But yeah, Black Ops 6 just doesn't show up in the list offline. You literally cannot play the game offline at all. Now, you might be wondering, is this a bug? Is this intentional? It's intentional. According to Activision, the game requires an internet connection to handle texture streaming. Basically, it just downloads the textures from the server as you play the game. Why they couldn't just have an offline texture pack for you to download, kind of like how they have the separate campaign pack, I have no idea. But yeah, you just need internet to play the game now. And you also need probably a somewhat decent internet connection to play it as well, because it streams in the textures as you play. So hopefully your internet doesn't suck, and hopefully you don't have a capped internet plan, because otherwise you probably won't have a very good time with Black Ops 6. And yeah, there's really not much else for me to say here. Normally I'd go more in depth about the game's offline functionality and stuff like that, but there literally isn't anything here for me to talk about, so I guess we just gotta skip straight to the game's final offline score, which in this game, I have to give it a 0 out of 10. Literally a 0. I can't say a single positive thing about this game this time around. I feel like even giving it a 1 would be too generous, because giving it a 1 would imply that there's at least something positive to say, but there really isn't anything positive about this game's offline experience or even its physical release. There's nothing. So yeah, I have to give it a 0 out of 10. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Normally I'm not like super beggy when it comes to likes and subscribes, but I did spend $70 on this game to make this video, so I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe, because that would help me out with the algorithm, get this video out to more people, and at least help me earn some of that money back. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. If you did, leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.